Welcome back. Here we are in chapter 3, and it's time for the rounds. Is it just me, or is the music like slightly slower? Might just be a weird perception with me, but it's like it's almost at 0.9 speed. I wonder if like that's intentional or something, or it just is me just perceiving it differently. But I was going to go after Bellguard Gate immediately at the start of the rounds here, but I thought, you know, we should check in because we've got a few things when we're at the Michelin, so I'm wondering if they're going to show up in the rooms. Nope. I imagine it'll be for oh, hello. Not too shabby. The decoration was added to the room. The decoration, and it was a bloody magazine, wasn't it? Was it? So just my mind like being like, yeah, it was. Was it? No, it was a surfboard. It's probably added another magazine as well, but you know. But the reason I'm mainly doing this, like here right now, is because I want to check in on Kia. After what happened, I feel it's like we should really do that. We should really do that. See there, she's not happy. Oh, hey guys. Is everything okay, Kia? You haven't been the same since you saw Shizuku yesterday. I'll be okay. Hey Lloyd? Is it hard to fix Shizuku's eyes? Yeah, I suppose so. Doesn't sound like the surgery was a complete failure. She did make some progress. I guess so. Hey Kita, I know it's tough, but you can't let it get you down forever, right? The last thing Shizuku wants is for you to be sad because of her. He's right, Kia. Shizuku needs her best friend now more than ever. You have to smile for her and be there to encourage her. Yeah, you guys are right. I'm Shizuku's friend, so I have to cheer her up the next time I see her. Thanks, guys. I'm feeling a little better now. Oh yeah, I promised the others I'd play with them, so I should get going. Oh, sure, just be careful out there. Do you think she'll be fine? I could only hope so. Okay, it's about time we got going too. So I'm assuming we'll find her at some point. We may as well do copy while we're here. Let's give you some food. Let's give you tiger rockfish. Nyan nyan. Nice to see Horse is still around though. Funyan? Prankster. Oh my, are you giving this to me? Thanks, Copy. Be happy to use it. From your go, it's almost like based on like Kitty Talk for Dummies, it's almost like Copy is yawning, but also trying to say that they're going somewhere. Yeah, from your go, it's like, oh, I'm going over here for a nap. That sort of thing. That's the feeling I get from that based on the limited words and stuff we've got in the actual book, but it's just sort of like, What? You can't say that. We haven't been here in a while, have we? Saying like, hold on a minute, like we've got stuff. Got the EP charger we can throw on there. I should check if I can get now the CP one that people told me about. I think like which cool colouring. Like, no. That's the one we got in Orcus Town, right? That's clearly a Randy one, isn't it? I mean look at it. So whose are they meant to be? Right, so let's see here. We can figure this out. That's meant to be Lloyd. Noble colouring though? Who could it be? That's meant to be Tio. Randy. It's Ellie, by the way, in case you're wondering. Just before people be like, how does he not know that's Ellie? Ellie. It's like the bit that was throwing me off is the 6-cell ZCF. It's like, what's that got to do with Ellie? That's clearly Ellie's. That's obviously Waz's. I mean, it's like, that just has no L written all over it, and then it's like just random ones. But let's go to our I mean, that one could be Tio as well. I mean, it's not in order, but, you know, just very, very strange. Right, so let's head off to Bellguard Gate and see if they mention anything happening at the fortress. Because there should have been something. was a while ago now, so I don't know. Maybe they'll mention something. I don't know. Ever since independence was proposed at the trade conference, things have been tense around here. Shouldn't be surprised after the way the mayor acted in front of the other leaders. It just means that we have to keep our guards up here at the border. Like they said at the trade conference, compared to the other militaries, the CGF is a half-cocked imitation. It's only like that because of the Empire and the Republic, though. And they had the goal to use it as leverage against us. It's so unfair. Due to the influence of the Empire and the Republic, the CGF is limited to basic weaponry. It's their fault we're so shackled, but they blame us for being inadequate. It really grinds my gears. Yeah, makes complete sense. If that's how they keep control. Warrant Officer Morale got promoted to second lieutenant the other day. Oh, good for her. Even in a more military-like structure, such as you'd find in another country, that's still a high rank. Knowing the second lieutenant, he's going to keep climbing the chain of command too. Considering everything she's done, it's ridiculous that it took so long for her to be promoted, but I'm still happy about it. Knowing the second lieutenant, she's going to keep climbing the chain of command too. Indeed. Can I still go down there? No, it's blocked off. An independent Crossbell is just a fool's flight of fancy. Crossbell simply exists to serve the Empire, and that's how it should be. And stay. Don't know why I spoke to you again. The Imperial Army's been putting on demonstrations just on the other side of their fortress. Are they trying to pressure the Guardian Force? Then again, I suppose it'd be more accurate to say they're pressuring Mayor Croy. The tensions we're feeling right now is just downright cute compared to how it was before the non-aggression pact was signed. It's like I'm still waiting to see if anybody mentions it, but it's like if they don't, I can basically write it off is the best way to put it, like really be like, well, if you think about it from this aspect, of course they're not talking about it. Now the tension around here is wearing me out. Hey, my darling Stella is watching me. Got to stay sharp so she doesn't get worried. Been dead tired, but since Stella's watching, got to keep my eyes open. Pless has been looking especially spent lately. I've got to make him some food that'll get him back in tip-top shape. We're still in the early stages of our relationship, but it's the least I could do. I'll make Kless some food that'll get him back in tip-top shape. Let's see. Oh, hello. Keep hearing about all these mysterious monsters around here. Can't deal with this. I'm going back to the Empire. The CGF would be managed like a standard military if Crossbell became independent. They'd be able to upgrade the guardsmen equipment and even acquire tanks. Oh man, as a military buff, that would be so cool to see. Wait, that was different. Even get tanks as a military buff. What more could I want? Indeed. Anybody staying here? Nope. Apart from that Calvard spy and that one. They're everywhere. Absolutely. Someone asked, is there any Liberlian spies? Liberl don't spy. Come now. Did I get that already? Soups edition? Oh, yeah. Do. How's it hanging, Warrant Officer Mirai? Working hard or hardly working? You did that on purpose. Didn't I tell you the other day that I was promoted to second lieutenant? Honestly, Randy. Ignore him. Congratulations on your promotion. Thank you, Sergeant Major. It was nice to be promoted, but it also means I'm going to be saddled with more responsibilities too. I'll just have to buckle down and work even harder. Dang, like you aren't walking around with a stun helmet up your butt already. Gonna scare away the fellas if you keep that up. You should get a boyfriend to chill you out. I don't remember asking for the opinion of an idiot, Randy. Promotion or not, some things are never going to change. By the way, where's that gift I bought you for your promotion? Are you gonna wear it? Yeah, that thing I picked up for you at Michelin. Oh, that's right, you were looking at brooches while we were there. You should know I can't wear something like that while in uniform. I'm a ranking officer of the CGF, it's too flashy, so I put it away as a keepsake. I mean, I stuffed it away somewhere out of sight because I couldn't stand the look at it. That's right, think I threw it into the back of my desk or something. You're blushing, Mariah. Cute. I should change up my group though while we've got the chance. Something I forgot to do when we're getting ready for, the fog monsters. I was like, what the hell were they? Crossbell can't ignore the potential threat these mysterious cryptids pose. Fortunately, due to the political climate, the CGF must focus on our borders. Thus, I'm counting on all of you to spearhead this investigation. We won't let you down, Commander. Very well. It's just like, yeah, things happened over there. Things happened over there. I will talk about it at some point. Probably when we get to the top. There'll probably have to be a sort of like marker for spoilers and stuff like that. Because we'll go into spoilers, won't it? You know, can't exactly avoid it if I want to talk about it. Oh yes. Ever since the mayor opposed independence, the Empire and the Republic have been openly pressuring Crossbell. Things are so tense right now that my stomach is in knots. I hope things calm down sooner rather than later. Like everyone else, I was shocked by the independence proposal. However, maybe this is what it would take to properly protect Crossbell. Whether it passes or not, I hope we can achieve our goal of peace. Right, so I want to talk about a few things here that relate to Cold Steel. So if you're following along and don't want to like have the spoilers for Cold Steel rather than, you know, my little like oh, or that type of stuff like I normally do, which allude to things, this will definitely be spoilers. So it's like, right, there'll be a time code on the screen right now. Go to that. That's when we carry on the rounds wherever we go next, probably the police academy, because we haven't been there in a while, and that sort of thing. So that's where we'll go. So that's your warning. Are they gone? Everyone check under your table, just under your desk or anything, like see if they're there. Are they there? No? Good. Right. So, we know the cannons fired, or at least the empty shells or whatever would be in them fired. It's like they didn't actually properly fire any projectiles or anything like that. And the question becomes, would Bellguard Gate be aware of it? And it should be a quick, simple yes. Now, obviously, from a simple writing point, it's clear Falcom hadn't gone through all the details of what they wanted to do with Cold Steel at this point. But can it actually be excused? Can you be sort of like, well, if you look at it from this angle, it actually makes kind of more sense to not have these guys speak about it? And yes, and I can think of two possibilities. We'll start with the more outlandish possibility, because this is the one I don't think is accurate at all, but it's worth throwing out there because it's a thought idea, thought experiment, that sort of thing. So, we know from a certain G, when he was here in Crossbell, he did point out that they have people around the place, and like they have people helping them out and stuff like that. Like, they did get their hands on the, oh, what's it called? The armoured car, that's it. I wanted to say tank, but I know they don't get tanks. The armoured car the CGF have. Now, that may have easily come from, like, Campy. Like, Campy could have got his hands in it, you know, used the orbital net to take control of it and move it over to Orcus Tower. Maybe. But there may have been members of the CGF working with, like, the Imperial Liberation Front, who are sympathetic maybe to Erebonia or want to use it as an opportunity to move up in the world, and it may be these two right here. Because these were talking about, like, terrorist operations and stuff like that, very openly, like they knew what was going on quite quickly, which is like, huh. No, it's not beyond possibility that they would know that or anything like that, no, but it makes me go, that may be a reason, like, why no one's mentioning it, is because these are the only two who would have seen anything happen from this vantage point, and have just not said anything. We've been like, well, we expected that. And obviously there was, like, someone or something flying in a certain airship. I think it was on the, it was on the right one, wasn't it? Can't remember which side it was now. Because wasn't it, oh yeah, we went to the left one, from our point of view here, went to the left one with Class 7. Marines team anyway. And then we joined up with the rest over on the right, and that's where we had the confrontation with the airship and all that type of stuff. Sure, that was on the right one there. So there would have been an airship, but their radar was down over here. So clearly, like, you don't know what's going to happen there. Like, you don't know an airship's coming in because the radar's down, that was mentioned. But the more logical thing of what I think is happening is it's being hushed up. This makes sense within the context of the world as we know it. Because I haven't read the Crossbell Times yet, I still need to catch up on some of those ones in the past as well. But still, I haven't read the Crossbell Times here yet, so there may be mention of it, but I doubt it. And what makes me doubt it is, if you actually go back and check, the Imperial Chronicle does not mention anything but the trade conference. It doesn't mention anything of a terrorist attack at the fortress, which implies it's been hushed up. It's been just pushed to the side and ignored. I mean, it would be part of the story, wouldn't it? You would be like, well, we need to add that to the story. There was terrorists that attacked the trade conference, they also attacked the fortress. Now, why would that be hushed up? Well, if you think of it from a certain Gilead Osborne's point of view, his stance is very much the case that the CGF cannot handle themselves, that they cannot protect Crossbell. So they can come in on this side, on Bellguard Gate, and protect Crossbell for them, you know, as a way to take control of this small nation. It's all part of his plan. If then Mayor Croy had a stance of, but you can't even protect your own fortress against that exact same threat, it would destroy his argument completely. So what would Osborne do to prevent that from happening? He'd make it so no one ever found out. Make it a military secret. And since they go to a military academy, military secret. It's like, they can't say anything because it's a military secret. That, to me, makes sense. That fits completely within it. It's like, no, it's just... He wouldn't want his position sort of weakened by that happening, even though he probably would have let it happen anyway and all that type of stuff, but he would have played it this way, like he knew he could have hushed it up and stuff like that. So it's like, I feel the reason you could easily say why it's not being mentioned anywhere in this game, as far as I understand it right now, like based on what people have told me, you know, stuff like that, but it's like, no one at Bellguard has said anything about the cannons. To me, it makes most sense that it's being hushed up by Gilead Osborne because it weakens his position on why they need to take over parts of Crossbell. Makes sense? And fits. Right, so that's my two thoughts on that, and I thought it was best to get them out the way, because I know people were wondering and would be wondering in regards to that. So, we need to now head off to the Crossbell Police Academy. I'm not going to put the marker here for when people should come back, by the way. Like, no. The people that went to the way that were hiding under your desk and that disappeared, it's very much like, no, they have to wait until we get to the police academy before the time code works. That's the best way of putting it. So, yush! Police Academy. Welcome back to the people who use the time code. We had a lovely little chat. When Crossbell becomes independent, laws will likely be revised, and the criminal justice system will become far more effective. Then again, that also means we'll likely have fewer cases involving foreigners coming into our borders and breaking the law. That's if we become independent, of course. Of course. Crossbell gains independence. I think the criminal justice system will become a lot more effective at punishing criminals. That's if we can... yeah. That's essentially the same. I've decided, by the way, I think like my cutting and stuff in regards to rounds has been evolving over time. It's like, I feel like the way I do stuff now makes more sense with what we've got going on here in Azure, where it's that sort of like we have one big rounds where I don't cut, and then the mini rounds where I go around and like cut to key components here and there, or like people's stories, rather than what I was doing in like, say, Cold Steel and in Zero, where it was like just every single NPC cut, even the travel time just cut. It's just that sort of thing. I feel like this is more... it flows better. It's natural evolution of what we were doing, and we're trying to find a good measure for everything, I feel. Still learning, you know. A cryptid was spotted in Nox Forest recently. 2 bracers named Lynn and Aeolia went in to exterminate it. We weren't able to track it down. That's where the CGF holds their survival training. As a precaution, we're closing the grounds and monitoring the situation. There's a cryptid sighted in Knox Forest not long ago. We don't know where it went, so closing the training grounds and keeping constant lookouts until it's spotted again. Are we gonna get anything for these, though? Needle pasta. That doesn't sound appetizing at all, does it? Bamboo tea. Thanks a bunch. Feel free to give me any more peculiar dishes you cook up. I would. See, this person here makes more sense to be Yuna. Even those of us at the academy know that independence is going to have a huge effect on our futures as police officers. If nothing else, a lot of the cadets are rooting for it to happen, so that the police force becomes even stronger than it already is. Oh, carry on, cadet. If you run into Yuna, please do pass along our regards. Don't have any reason to go to the upper floors. Yes, we do. Could be NPCs up there, Lloyd. You can't just dismiss them. Jeez. Yush. Alright, where do we want to go now? Because we want to leave the college till last. So I'm thinking like we get the outskirts done before we head back into Crossbell. Anyone up here? No. Crossbell is sandwiched between the most powerful nations on the continent, the Erebonia Empire and the Calvard Republic. In other words, declaring independence is like rolling a red carpet out for them to come invade us. When you think about it like that, what the mayor did was pretty gutsy. The idea of an independent Crossbell proposed at the trade conference is an invitation to international conflict. I have to admit, the mayor's got guts. Damn right he has. If a cryptid were to harm an Erebonian or Calvard tourist, 2 major powers wouldn't overlook it. In other words, it's directly related to the tension at our borders. The CGF couldn't leave the matter alone. Counting on your investigation. The situation with the cryptids isn't one the CGF can afford to take lightly. Counting on your investigation. Counting on us? Oh no. They say there have been large mysterious creatures appearing in Crossbell lately. Sure picked a scary time to take a trip. That you did. The radar facility that was destroyed during the trade conference was finally fixed the other day. Those damn terrorists. I think they destroyed the facility right under our noses. Thinking back on it, I still can't believe they got past us like that. The way that armored car was controlled by them was also a little too prepared. They weren't acting alone. Our suspicions that they may be aided by the society were right on the money. Does seem to be the case, but we never did get irrefutable evidence. Fits what I was saying during that bit that I can't talk about. Regardless of the unknown surrounding the attack, we'll just need to tighten our security around here. When you think about it, I guess it was inevitable that Crossbell would start talking about independence eventually. As it starts to affect my business, I'll remain a curious onlooker. Yeah, I can understand that. Recently, people from the Republic have been discussing the pros and cons of an independent Crossbell. Unsurprisingly, most are against the idea. With the referendum happening soon, I can't help but wonder what will happen if we become independent. As a guardsman, of course I'd like to see us gain independence. If it happens though, Crossbell could be in danger. Yes, things like you gain independence and then you get invaded because, well, now you're an independent nation, so you get invaded. Just double checking. An independence proposal, huh? I have a feeling Crossbell's in big trouble. Can't imagine the Empire or the Republic will take that lightly. The Mayor and his backers have my support. I find the guards around here to be scary for some reason. I don't care if they are on high alert or whatever. Would it kill them to be a little more welcoming? Yes. They die. Cryptids, huh? From what I've heard, they're pretty tough-looking beasts. The CGF needs to focus on guarding the border right now. So good luck to you all out there. Well, thank you very much. The CGF's had its hands full due to the pressure from the Empire and the Republic. It's so bad that you guys in the Brace Guild had to take over some of the CGF's regular duties. Suppose that means every side needs to be a little more flexible and help each other out. CGF's so busy that some of its work had to be dumped off on you guys and the Brace Guild. Suppose that means every side needs to be a little bit more flexible and help each other out. I should really rest while I get the chance to keep going to these places. Build up my CP once again, sort of thing. I'm still kind of giddy at the moment, by the way. Still in like that little high from the trade conference is the best way of putting it. That ends my report. I see. Mock battles around Tangram Hill, eh? Even if they are on the small side, they're clearly trying to put some pressure on us. Indeed, it is as we predicted. We won't be able to rest easy until after the referendum. All we can do is stand by and maintain relations with all sides while we wait. Excellent work. Continue to monitor their movements. Yes, sir. I feel like our relationship with the Republic is becoming more strained by the day. I'll need to remain vigilant. As you can tell, we don't have the time nor resources to fully deal with these cryptids. Forgive us for demanding so much, but we're counting on your help with the investigation. Yeah, because again, I'm just wondering, it's like, what's going to happen on this side? I know stuff that's going to happen on the Bellguard side, but... Tangram? I only have limited knowledge of what's going to happen here. Like, it does come up later. Like, it is shown later, but... At the hill, at least. But... in regards to, like, what happened here, I don't know. Did anything happen here? I'm very curious. Again, giddy, curious, all that type of stuff. Did I get that one? Yes. I just gotta be sure. I gotta be sure. It's like, does the bridge get any issues? I don't know. With each passing day leading up to the referendum, things just get tenser here. Calvardians generally aren't in favor of Crossbell being independent. I pray those sentiments don't turn into policy and military action. Those cryptid things remind me of those spirits that appeared in the Moon Temple a while ago. It'd be one thing if they looked scary, but the fact that we hardly know anything about them makes it so much worse. It'd be a real problem if I fainted in front of a cryptid too. Yeah. It would. When we investigated the spirits at the Moon Temple a while ago, I fainted. If I bump into a cryptid, I can't let myself pass out again. Yeah, that would be bad. That would be bad. Let's go to the boathouse. So I want to get my car. Have you seen my shiny car? Can I go to the boathouse? Yes. Like, we know there's a cryptid nearby here, but it's like, we're not doing that yet. Not yet. Yeah, I'm just wondering how, like, have they evacuated the area sort of thing. Sheesh. That is one creepy monster. If it gets any closer to the boathouse, we're totally screwed. Alright, better find refuge the second something like that happens. But for now, we'll have to wait for the CGF to come out here. Oh, if it isn't Lloyd. Long time no see, Sedan. We heard a cryptid was sighted here? A cryptid, you say? That's a fitting name if I've ever heard one. But yes, that cryptid, or whatever it is, suddenly appeared yesterday evening deep within the swamp. We contacted the CGF to come take care of it, but no word yet. You guys here to deal with it, Lloyd? Yes, the CGF transferred the request to us. Could you tell us all the details of the situation, please? Okay, so like I said, it all started yesterday evening. We were suddenly shocked by the strangest animal cry we'd ever heard. There were some suspicious shadows moving deep within the part of the marsh that's always been sealed off. So we decided to go check it out. That's when we spotted that cryptid. After that, we immediately made our report to the CGF. We thought about evacuating, but it's just stayed back there. It hasn't begun to creep over to the boathouse. Just to be safe, we'll be taking turns monitoring the situation since last night. A wise decision. Did anything peculiar happen while you were watching it? Not that I know of. Well, there is one thing. We approached it from afar and could tell it was definitely hostile, but something was strange. I'm not sure how to put this, but I think the reason it hasn't come over here is because it can't. It seems immobile. Obviously can't confirm it though. See, so it suddenly appeared and you think it can't move. I know something to do with all that spatial distortion stuff. Yeah, like the laws of nature will make it so it can't go anywhere. Wouldn't be surprised. Going to go investigate the swamp now, Sedan. Okay, you're going to exterminate it, right? I'll unlock the gate for you then. Alright, you're good to go. It's all up to you now. You can count on us. Be careful, Lloyd. We'll wait here for you while you take care of that cryptid. That monster, the more you look at it, the more ghastly it appears. Plus, it's freaking huge. Can't the Fisherman's Guild catch a break? That's a good point. It was a weight on my shoulders when I realized you guys had come to help. I've been easy thinking about the possibility of it attacking ever since yesterday. Alright, so what I'm thinking of doing is ending this part here then. In the next part, we'll go see about that cryptid. What I may do in between the parts is go get my CP sorted, you know. Probably be a wise decision, wouldn't it? And then we'll see about taking it on, whether or not I've got the power to do it yet. Might do, might not, we'll see. In the next part. Ta-da for now.